We're back with Dan Rivera on the OTR Pop Quiz. Question 3. Every Massachusetts governor gets to select a portrait of a past governor to hang in his or her office. Did Charlie Baker select a painting of, and I'll give you choices, was it Governor Chub Peabody, was it Governor John Volpe, or Governor Mitt Romney? Which one did Charlie Baker select?
Not Mitt Romney.
Okay, that's correct.
Did you say Chubb was the first one?
Yeah, Chub Peabody.
I'm going to go with Chub Peabody.
No, it's John Volpe. Volpe went on to serve as the U.S. Now you're 1 for 3.
You look so sad about
No, because I was like, I don't know from Volpe. I don't know.
Okay, that's good. And Charlie's father worked for Volpe, by the way. Okay, and this is question 4. In 1997, Paul Cellucci first became acting governor. In 1997, the Hudson Republican was the first governor to bring what now omnipresent technical device to the governor's desk?
Computer?
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Exactly.
He batted 5.
That late?
That late. That late, and it's that obvious an answer. But by the way, you're
that late. I didn't think it was sooner.
You did pretty well for the most part.
Yeah.
Mindy Bible. I feel bad. I should have known that one too.
That was good.
Your city is predominantly immigrants. You heard about a Newton judge who helped an undocumented defendant leave through the back door to avoid immigration officials. Do you think the judge did the right thing here?
Yeah, I think judges have a real specific role to play in our community, and to ask them to do more than that, like maybe hold people while ICE gets there, is maybe outside their realm of possibility. I mean, if they didn't have the wherewithal to keep those people that he did not, or look a different way, I don't think they got a specific role, and them to be an active role in anything else, I think, would be asking too much of them.
She allegedly made arrangements so that the defendant could go out through the back door, knowing that there were ICE agents at the front door.
Here's the joke. The federal government is a very powerful group of people. And if they pretend like they don't have the wherewithal to go and get people and hold them captive, it's just them playing Mickey the Dunce. Like, you really can't. That they were filed by one person in a courthouse. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So I blame the federal officers, and I continue to blame the federal government for not having a good enough immigration policy.
Let me just add, by the way, reporters cover the front and the back door, and we're reporters.
Listen, you're just looking for information. Whatever. You're not trying to protect us from whatever they think they're protecting us from. So,
but it opens.
That's the only thing about that. They make it seem like the judge did something. Really, the blame is on the federal officers who didn't do their job.
I want to expand the conversation a little bit, because the U.S. Attorney Al Lelling said this past week that combining the efforts of drug enforcement and ICE agents is the best way to combat the drug problem in your city. Is that the right approach?
Well, I think that's his approach. I think that what they really don't understand is that this is a two-front war, and it's not on the border, and it's not just with people selling drugs. It's with people wanting to use drugs. And so if they would say every time we arrest 10 people, we're going to open 10 beds, then yeah, that seems like a full recipe for me. But they're not. They're just trying to arrest people, and you can't arrest your way out of this problem. We have to stop the users from wanting the drug. And so I would say, yeah, if they had a third leg to that stool, which is treatment, and that every time somebody gets arrested for buying, they'd have to do mandatory treatment at a place far away from where they buy, that would make sense to me, that it's a three-prong approach. But if this U.S. attorney thinks that he's going to get to the bottom of this problem by arresting people, he's going to be here. He's going to be doing a lot of, and by the way, he's going to be arresting a lot of people that don't need to be arrested too.
All right, birthday. No, this is not a birthday thing. This is a thing we'd love to have you do, because we have a tradition here at OTR. Jenner, would you bring the tree in, please? We have a tradition here at OTR that we lit the menorah with Marty Walsh a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
We've had Boston Mayor Marty Walsh and Boston Mayor Tom Menino light the Christmas tree. Would you light the OTR Christmas tree?
I'll try to do that without catching myself on fire.
Would you dim the lights, please? Hold on, Dan. Wait a second. Dougie, would you put the lights down? Well, this is mood lighting. Very good. But where's
David Allen Boucher is going to go on.
Yeah,
next.
I know. All right, go ahead. We need a drum roll, right?
1, 2, 3.
All right, look at that. Look at that. There you go. The OTR Christmas tree has been lit by Lawrence Mayor Dan Rivera. What's under the tree for you, by the way? I don't see any gifts under it.
Birthday presents.
For me, I think a clean gas bill.
There you go. Dan Rivera, it's great having you with us. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Birthday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Happy birthday as well.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with the OTR's Ted Reinstein. Naughty and nice shopping spree for Bay State Falls.